Imagine waking up on an ordinary morning. The sun rises, the birds sing, and everything seems normal. But suddenly, the sky begins to change. A bright light cuts across the horizon, brighter than any star. It's as if a new sun were rising, but coming from the wrong direction. This isn't a dream, and it's not a movie. It's the comet 3I Atlas, an interstellar visitor from beyond our solar system, and now it's heading straight for Earth. Today on Truth Explosion, you'll discover what would happen if 3I Atlas collided with our planet. From the first impact to the global aftermath, what would remain of humanity? And more importantly, would there be anyone left to tell the story? Number 1. The comet that shouldn't exist. It all begins with a name almost forgotten by modern astronomy: 3I Atlas, a mysterious comet that became famous for one strange reason. It didn't behave like anything scientists had ever seen before. Discovered in 2019, 3I Atlas was the third interstellar object ever detected passing through our solar system. Before it came Oumuamua and 2I Borisov, but 3I Atlas drew attention for a detail that puzzled astronomers worldwide: its unstable trajectory and its unusual metallic composition. It seemed to carry heavy elements that reflected sunlight in an odd way. And according to early calculations, if this comet, traveling over 200,000 kilometers per hour, were to strike Earth, the impact would be powerful enough to wipe out all life in minutes. But what exactly would happen if it did? Get ready, because what comes next will make you rethink how fragile humanity truly is.
Number 2. The arrival, the sign in the sky. At first, no one would believe it. Astronomers would detect an unusual bright object in their telescopes, something too big, too fast. Early reports would describe it as a disintegrating comet. But soon, the truth would emerge. 3I Atlas wasn't breaking apart. It was coming straight for us. Governments would try to keep it secret as long as possible, but one leaked image would be enough to spark chaos. Social media would explode: videos, theories, misinformation, fear. In the following weeks, the brightness in the sky would increase. At night, the comet would be visible to the naked eye, streaking across the heavens like a blade of fire. And then the final announcement would come. The collision was inevitable. No rocket, no missile, no technology could stop something this massive and fast. It measured about 10 kilometers across, roughly the size of the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs. But there was a terrifying difference. 3I Atlas contained dense interstellar metals, making it even more destructive than the Chicxulub event 66 million years ago.
Number 3. The last night. In the final hours before impact, the world would descend into chaos. Global communication would fail. Satellites would shut down as charged particles filled the atmosphere. The sky, once blue, would turn orange and red, covered by a cosmic haze. People would try to flee, but where could anyone go? There's no escape from a global event. Ancient prophecies about fire from the heavens would resurface across social media and temples. People would look up in terror and awe, because on the horizon, 3I Atlas would shine so bright that night would turn into day. And then, at 4:32 a.m., the Earth would shake.
Number 4. The impact. The moment of impact would be beyond imagination. 3I Atlas would hit Earth with the force of 100 million megatons of TNT. For comparison, the Hiroshima bomb at only 0.015 megatons. The resulting crater would span over 150 kilometers wide and 20 kilometers deep. Ground zero would be instantly vaporized. Nothing would survive within a 1,000-kilometer radius. The shockwave would travel faster than sound, flattening forests, leveling cities, and lifting enough dust to blanket the entire planet for years. If it struck the ocean, the sea itself would rise in waves over 2,000 meters high. Tsunamis would engulf continents, swallowing entire civilizations within hours. And then, there would be silence.
Number 5. The eternal night. Within days, the entire planet would be covered in darkness. The dust and debris ejected into the atmosphere would block out the sun completely. Temperatures would plummet to polar levels, even in the tropics. Plants would die, oxygen levels would drop, animals and humans would begin to perish in massive numbers. It would mark the beginning of a new ice age, a catastrophic climactic inversion that could last for centuries. For the few survivors, the world would look like a frozen graveyard. Even worse, some scientists believe that such an impact could alter Earth's very rotation. Days and nights might become longer. The planet's axis could tilt, permanently changing the global climate forever.
Number 6. The invisible consequences. Even after the initial blast faded, the invisible consequences would remain. Radiation from the collision would create a toxic layer of ozone and metallic particles, making the air almost unbreathable. Millions would die not just from the explosion, but from hunger, exposure, and darkness. Electrical grids would fail. Oceans would turn acidic. Ecosystems would collapse. It would be the end of civilization as we know it. But perhaps, just perhaps, a few humans might survive. In underground bunkers, caves, or secret military bases built for such doomsday events. Those few might emerge centuries later to a completely new planet, a world reshaped by the ashes of 3E Atlas. Number 7. Rebuilding the Earth after Atlas. If humanity somehow endured, civilization would slowly rebuild. Stories about the comet would become myths and religions. The fire from the sky would be remembered as the wrath of the gods. Maybe 1,000 years later, descendants of the survivors would look to the sky and wonder what really happened the day the world stopped. Frozen ruins buried under dust and ice would be all that remained of our cities. Borders, nations, and flags would be meaningless. Earth would have reinvented itself, but at a terrible cost. And then comes a deeper question. What if 3I Atlas wasn't just a comet? What if it brought something else?
Number 8. The comet or the message. Some theorists believe that interstellar objects like 3I Atlas could carry microscopic alien life or even fragments of DNA from distant worlds. If that were true, the impact could seed new life on Earth. In the middle of destruction, the planet might actually be rebooting, a biological restart, the seed of a new evolution. Could we ourselves be the descendants of life born from such an ancient impact billions of years ago? That's the core of one of the most fascinating ideas in astrobiology, panspermia, the concept that life can travel between worlds through rock and ice. If true, 3I Atlas might not mean the end of humanity, but the beginning of something entirely new.
Number 9. The lesson of the universe. An event like this would remind us of one undeniable truth: how small we really are in the vastness of the cosmos. For centuries, humanity believed it had control over the planet, but one icy rock from space could erase everything in seconds. The universe doesn't care about borders, governments, or technology. We are passengers on a fragile spaceship called Earth, and any small change out there could redefine everything here. Astronomers estimate that thousands of objects like 3I Atlas are currently drifting through interstellar space. Some pass millions of kilometers away, others much closer than we'd like to know. The real question isn't if another impact will happen, it's when.
Number 10. What if it happens tomorrow? 3I Atlas may never strike Earth, but it represents something far greater than a comet. It's a reminder that everything can change in the blink of an eye. In a universe where stars are born and die every day, our existence is just a whisper. Maybe the real mystery isn't the impact itself, but the fact that we know it could happen, and yet we keep living, dreaming, creating. If 3I Atlas fell tomorrow, human history would vanish like a candle in the wind. But somewhere out there, in a distant corner of space, another civilization might look at the flash of our destruction and ask, what world was that? And you, do you believe 3I Atlas could ever hit Earth? Or are we safe for now? Leave your thoughts in the comments, because I read them all, and I want to hear your theory about this interstellar visitor. If you love cosmic mysteries like this, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Truth Explosion, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Because the universe still hides many secrets, and I doubt you'll sleep easily after hearing this.